Hey everybody, this is Greg, the Survival Technician, and it's a beautiful fall day. As a matter of fact, I'm out here on a sunny Thanksgiving morning enjoying this almost summer-like weather. That doesn't last long though. Things are coming. It's called winter. You know the saying, winter is coming. Well, it is. A variety of other things may be coming in your areas too. So, thinking about seasonal change, let's think about a broader spectrum of what can threaten you. What do you need to prepare for? This isn't about paranoia. This is about everyday stuff. Is your spare on your tire on your car aired up? That's preparedness. So, the term prepper brings to mind the people with the bunkers and the guns and the storehouses of stuff. Yeah, they're preppers. But if you are just prepared every day, you may be a prepper too. And it's not about all of the big bad stuff and being that extreme of a person. But life can be extreme. So, in our new course, the 8-week course, Prepping 101, we have a variety of tools available to you. I'm going to share one of those with you today. It is the threat matrix. So, think about all the things that could happen to you that you might need to prepare for. Let's assume that you live in an area in Tornado Alley, like we do here in the Midwest, the central part of America, across northern part of Texas, Oklahoma, into Arkansas and Missouri. We have had in the last few years very serious damage, entire cities just being ripped up by batches of tornadoes. Tornadoes is something we think about. Thunderstorms, the lower level on that. Floods in the mountains here in the Ozarks, not so much. But wherever you're at, you'll have a unique set of things that you have to think of as threats. So the threat matrix is how to prioritize them very clearly and cleanly. Number one, how often or how likely are they to happen? If we have a season of tornadoes or a season of hurricanes, depending on where you live, or a season of heavy raining that gives you flood issues wherever you live, then these are more likely. So on a scale of 1 to 5, probably not going to happen that often, but going to happen. Never going to happen, doesn't even get on the matrix. That's a 0. So 1 to 5. Doesn't happen often. 1. Happens often enough, I should always be prepared for it, is a 5. And then how serious it is from 1 to 5. Not serious at all, that's a 0. Doesn't get on the matrix. But will cause a major inconvenience, 3 or 4. Is life-threatening and life-changing, 5. A 1 might be the tire that gets flat. So, how often does it happen? Well, you keep the tires maintained, you're on good roads, probably a 1. And it's inconvenient, but you can manage it without major life-changing events. So it's a 1. So 1 times 1 means that's a 1 on the threat matrix. Let's say that where you're at, tornadoes, which we mentioned earlier, are fairly common. Every season we have tornadoes here. And so that's a 4. How drastic are they? Those are a life-changing, dramatic, lethal event. It's a 4 or a 5. So I'm just going to say 4 because I'm imagining there might be something worse to prepare for. Um, but it could be a 5. So then we have a 4 times a 4. That makes this a 16 on the threat matrix. So that's how we evaluate the threats. And in part of the class exercises that we do on the 8-week course, you're supposed to imagine and create a list of all of the things that can happen that you would need to prepare for, and then put them somewhere on the list on the matrix, 1 to 5 and 1 to 5. And then you create a list prioritizing not just the things that you're afraid of, that you've dealt with because of trauma and so forth, but you have a logical path to itemize and say, okay, this is very likely and very severe. I will always prepare for that. This is very likely, not as severe. I should be prepared, but I'm not going to worry as much about, stressing over, oh my goodness, what do I do about that? So the threat matrix is something that you can use every day as a tool to be prepared. Always be aware of your surroundings. Be as safe as you can and be prepared. That's what I'm here to help you with. We're hopefully going to create a community that's bigger over here on YouTube. I've got a great community of folks on other social media, and the thousands of people there have benefited from this, and creating a community here where everybody benefits and throws in their input, comment on these things, and help improve the content and the information that we give to other people. So, thanks for listening. Do the buttons, the likes, the subscribes, all those things, and I'll see you in the next video.